Hey everybody, my name's Chip. I play in a band called Grounds Crew, and today we're going to be talking about our new album Limerence that comes out wherever you listen to music on October 11th. So let's get into it.
Hey, it's Kris of Picks and Sticks Music Studio, and if you're new to this channel, we're an all things music channel, and we like to support our local artists and bands. In this interview, we're interviewing Grounds Crew, and this is the fourth time I've interviewed Chip, and it's gotten better and better with every interview. We had a lot of fun, a lot of laughs, a lot of new information, and I really enjoyed giving this interview, and I really hope you enjoy the interview as much as I did shooting the interview. If you're watching this with kids, it's not really kid friendly, just a little warning there, but I'm excited to show you this interview. Let's get started.
Man, I feel I should have wore. I need to go put some jeans on. I'm the only one. I don't have sunglasses. I don't have jeans.
Go, I mean, fucking, you got time.
It's fine.
Shorts.
They're camo too.
You're setting the trends of tomorrow by doing it today.
Yeah,
is what you're doing.
So
these cost me $4 at the Goodwill.
Those are the best.
These were like 12 at TJ Maxx because my mom had some like discount points.
They come with a hole.
No, so okay, actually that's pretty funny. Where are those shades, real quick? I'll tell you the story about that.
I mean, like, is it gonna be funny or is it not?
So
I was on my knees doing something.
You know what? You know what? Funny enough, you were actually there when these got torn because remember we did the state championship reunion and you were there because they were playing Lassiter. They just happened to be playing Lassiter.
Yeah.
And so I left in like the 5th inning, right? And I went through like kind of backstage, even though it's a baseball stadium, whatever, like through the bullpen because they cut through the parking lot. And it was this like embankment with straw, and I was
so
walking
far, it's
down
not very funny.
Fuck you.
And
and I just fell down the fucking hill. I bought these pants the day before and ripped my jeans completely. But it was that day at the state championship reunion. So there was like blood. There's blood on my jersey from that incident. And you were actually there. So
I was. I didn't see you fall though.
Do you fall
Nobody did.
often?
So I feel
or
like
just
that's
sometimes?
not a proven story.
No, it's true. There's a there's a big ass hill behind the Poe baseball stadium, right behind right field, right there.
Yep.
Yeah, that was funny as shit.
So, thanks for coming, guys, and I'm really looking forward to this interview. I think this is going to be a lot of fun because we can't even get the start of the interview because we can't stop cracking up and laughing.
I hate both of them. We
It's
don't
a
get
good
along.
time.
This is purely business.
I'm having a great time. I don't know why you're being so mean.
Stop it, you bastard.
So what's new?
Well, Kris, on October 11th, our band Grounds Crew is going to be putting out our new album Limerence, wherever you listen to music, and we also have a brand new member of the band. This gentleman right here, this handsome young fella, this spry young pup to my, which one is that, left? Yep. This spry young pup to my left is our new drummer, Kris Anderson. Welcome to Grounds Crew, buddy.
Oh, was I supposed to clap? I'm sorry.
Yes, yes. No, that would help.
Did you try that again, but this time clap?
All right, so on the drums, ladies and gentlemen, Kris Anderson. Yeah, Kris, woo, yeah. But no, we're excited. I've known this guy for a while, and now he's our drummer. And the new album's coming out October 11th, and at some point we'll have some shows and a new bassist. So here we are.
Nice. So you want to talk about your background real quick?
Because you don't just play drums, buddy.
My name is Kris Anderson, and I play drums in Green Day. Wait a minute. This is Green Day, right? No?
That was last week.
I thought
Who the hell is Green Day? I've never heard of them.
You told me that it was Green Day.
You're like,
I was wondering when we were going to start Basket Case.
it's like
What's all this new material?
yeah, it's kind of a new direction for the
so
group.
you're saving the good songs, right? That's for next month.
Right. This album's called Dookie. I just wrote it last week. When I come around, I don't know if you're. It might. I think it's gonna take.
Wait, you're not Billy Joe Armstrong?
No. So how have you been this week?
I'm
Yeah,
doing good.
how's
so
everything
he's
been?
fired.
I quit because I thought it was Green Day, and it's not. And I got really excited.
Donald Trump, you're fired. China.
What's it called? Grounds Crew?
I think so.
Okay.
We dropped the so We're not the Grounds Crew anymore.
Not
There you
the
go.
Gr-
Yeah,
Okay.
never make that mistake.
Yeah,
Well, that's-
don't.
that's
If you
fine.
look us up like that, it's going to be a baseball podcast, not us.
Okay.
So,
Right.
but yeah, this is Kris, new drummer. Good
Yeah.
shit.
My name's-
Talk about your stuff because you do other things as well.
I do. Yeah. I play
Selling
guitar.
selling drugs and pulling tricks and whatever.
Oh gosh, this is getting flagged.
Only
You
to the middle school.
recognize me?
Only to the middle school students.
So I
You
got to
recognize me from the street corner, Peachtree Industrial.
So what you're saying is I got to uncheck that box that says this is made for kids.
It's probably a good move.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Just
Yeah.
make sure.
Yeah.
But no, he's the drummer for our band. But talk about all your other stuff. He's got
Yeah.
a band, the Would Be Thieves, with and talk about your buddy and all that stuff, man.
Yeah, I do have a band called the Would Be Thieves. We have a new album coming out soon as well. We have a new song called Witches that will be out on Halloween of this year.
And I've heard it. That shit's dope.
Thank you, Chip. And what else? I did a record many years ago with my original punk rock band called Mutt, like the dog. I just wanted to make sure I said Mutt. With
That's
a
2 T's, people.
two T's. That was my band growing up, my punk rock band, and my drummer and best friend in that band died many years ago. So I re-put out that record last year on his birthday, so that I put it out digitally so that people, all friends and family in his life, could listen to those tracks, whenever they wanted to, instead of having to like dig up an old CD and put it on a CD player that you probably don't have anymore because
Yeah, exactly.
So I tried to do that for him, and I kind of re-talked about that publicly again this year on his birthday. His birthday is on September 5th, so every year I try to make a post and I always go visit his grave and talk to him, hang out with him, and post about it and just kind of celebrate his life. That's
You said his birthday was September 5th. This isn't coming out till October, but just so y'all know, we're filming this right now on September 8th.
yeah.
So his birthday was 3 days ago. So there you go.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday and rest in peace, bro.
Yeah.
And I've heard the song and like, whoa, go check it out.
Yeah.
Is that on? Like, I mean, you put it out on everything, right? Like, I
I
mean,
put that record out on everything, Spotify and iTunes and YouTube and all this stuff.
wherever you listen to music,
Yeah.
go check it out.
And then my new song, Witches, will be the same thing. It'll be coming out on all the places that you listen to music. It's exciting. It's old. I mean, like I was 19 years old when that Mutt record came out. So I mean, sounds like we're 19 years old. But I still believe in it very much. We wrote all those songs with our heart, and it was a lot of fun. And I'm glad to be able to put it back out to where, like I said, friends and family can listen to him play and that kind of thing again.
I've seen some of the comments that people put up, like, because I think you posted about this yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just 1 or 2 comments, but there's all these people that are like, dude, it like he lives on and all that stuff, man. I thought that was so beautiful, brother.
Thank you. And yeah, it really was a sense of when I did it, I thought, it was a cool idea. I believed in the idea of putting out that record and to where, like I said, where everybody can have access to it. But it was when I did it and I got just a flood of comments from friends and family. I had this just feeling of like I really did something right, in my life. Like I was like, well, that was good. That was a good move. That really touched everyone, and it was so. And hearing the comments, people coming back, saying things like what that record and what that time period meant to them in their lives, and of course their relationship with Shad English is his name, by the way. And just going back over that time in all of our lives, and it felt way bigger than my idea was originally when I put it out. I was like, wow, this really did good for a lot of people, and I just felt very great about it.
Yeah.
And the lyrics in that song, dude, it's very poetic.
Yeah.
Your rhyme scheme, I was listening to it a couple times the other day. I mean, that's beautiful about your friend and everything, but it's just, even if that wasn't the case, it's a beautiful fucking song.
Thank you.
I mean, I've listened to it a couple times, so
Yeah.
check it out.
Talking about the album, so where'd the name come from?
So the name of the album is going to be Limerence, and when it comes to this genre, I think this isn't really an entirely missed topic, but it's basically if you look up the definition for the word limerence, it's the infatuation or obsession with someone to where it's more than just sexual. It's like, just like this person, oh my God. Mm-hmm. And the song that we're going to listen to in a little bit in the music video, it's called Trouble. It's the lead off track for the record. It's just the whole album's just kind of about that theme. I got a buddy, Caleb Gabriel Doran. Find him on Instagram. Love you, buddy. Little shout out. He's gonna love that. But he helped us shoot the music video for it, and we were talking because him and I, he's one of my closest friends, and we get together and we just shoot the shit about whatever. And there was one day where he brought up the word limerence, and I had never heard it before. And I asked, Siri, what does this word mean? What's the definition for limerence? And I read it, and I was like, fuck, man, that's what all of these songs are about. Like, that's literally, I've been writing this record for 3 years at this point, but that's what everything is about. And it's just, I think it just accurately portrays kind of the tone of everything, from lyrically, because there's some breakup songs on here, and there's some things about some self-reflection and everything like that. But limerence is like the obsession with somebody, like I said, where it's like this person, oh my God, but maybe they don't necessarily reciprocate it. Mm-hmm. And it's more about it's more than just being turned on by someone. It's just like, I know who you are as a person, and like, holy shit. But when it's not reciprocated, it hurts and it's tough. And I'll be damned if that's not what half these songs are about. So, there we go. But we were gonna call this originally. We were gonna call this song this album "Awake and Unafraid." But when I had that conversation with my buddy Caleb, I was just like, "Oh my God, limerence! That's it." I mean, and it's capitalized, all the letters, all caps. So there you go.
So how many songs are on this album?
We got 10. So for Grounds Crew's catalog, I consider us to have 4 albums. 2 of them are technically LPs or EPs because they're like 6 songs. We have Letters was our first album. Firestarter, Shitty Music for Bad People was our most recent record. That's what it's called. But we had to put the asterisks. And then this is going to be Limerence. So I consider it our 4th album, but it's technically our 2nd full length because Firestarter was the only other album where we had 10 songs on there, but we got 10 on here. So I think the runtime's somewhere about like maybe 48 minutes, something like that.
And so your last interview with me,
mm-hmm.
we did a song, and that's going to be on this album as well.
That's going to be on there. The last time it was for a song called So It Seems, and we've actually, so out of the 10 that are on this album, 3 of them are already out. There's So It Seems, which we talked about. There's a song called Losing It. And then there's an acoustic version of a song from our first record called Wanting More, and that's kind of our.
I think I remember that one.
That's the one with like piano, and we had actually another Kris, even though they're both named Kris, a third Kris. He played piano on it, but that's gonna be track 10. So we just kind of have an acoustic outro, just whatever. But we've released 3 of these songs, and given that this is coming out the week that the album comes out, I'll go ahead and say it. Our next music video is going to be for track 1. It's a song called Trouble. And I think that it's track 1 on the album, but it starts out, it's one song, but it feels like 3 different songs. And I think it's a great thesis statement for kind of everything else that I'm trying to say on the record. Because when you hear it, and we're going to play it in a little bit here, right?
Yep.
It starts out kind of as a metal song, and then it's the first song where I've ever done an actual guitar solo that's not just, echoing the melody of the vocals. And then when you think it's over, there's an acoustic, like 45-second outro thing. Trump. Sorry. China. But yeah, no. Back to serious stuff. That's what I had to say.
Cool. Yeah. So we're going to listen to that song I guess we might as well listen to it now, right?
Should we do it now? Because I'm still on your Bluetooth, and I know you're gonna redo it later. But I can press play on my phone.
Hey,
Sure.
can I ask about the shitty music for shitty people record?
Shitty music for shitty people. Please keep this in. This is shitty music for bad people, and then the live version is called crappy music for sinners.
Okay, I was just wondering, like,
That's awesome,
did
bro.
did you get that from? I for one am a huge NoFX fan, and like
It
all
sounds
the
like a
Fat
NoFX
Records
thing,
music,
right?
Yeah. And like they put out those Fat Records compilations that was
Well-
like fat music for fat people.
Well, they
and
put
short
out a
music,
live
yeah.
album called "I Heard They Suck Live."
Yeah. And I just didn't know if there was any inspiration there. Or,
Oh, totally, absolutely, 100% there was.
Because that was like as a kid some of like my favorite punk rock compilations. There was the short music for short people, and fat music for fat
I
people.
totally missed that boat.
Well, it was a little bit of a. I've said this word already, and is it homage or homage? HOMAGE when you're like paying tribute to something. All right, well we're gonna say
don't
homage.
know.
We're gonna say fucking
I don't
homage.
know.
We're gonna say homage, Chris's. But it's paying
I don't know
homage to
what it
NoFX
is.
because they have an album called "I Heard They Suck Live," and I just think that's great. So are we gonna play Trouble now?
yeah. And
All
as soon as he hits it, it's going to pop up on your screen, the video. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, so real quick, can I say a
Watch
couple
this.
things about the music video?
Yeah.
Because there's some people I have to shout out. So like I said, this is track 1 for the record. It's a song called Trouble.
You don't have to grab the microphone when you.
Well, maybe I want to touch it. Maybe it brings me some peace of mind. Maybe it's a soothing thing.
That's what she said.
What if I just want to...
And and Chip's going to be louder than you because he's all up
'Cause I'm-
beating the mic, and
'cause-
you're like,
Because I'm the lead. Because I'm the lead singer, bitch. This is gonna be a great. Dude, we're gonna have so many good clips from this. This is gonna be great. Fuck. What was I saying? Trouble. Okay. Yeah.
You were talking about the video.
The music video. And cut. There's a couple of people that we need to shout out for this. So this was this was filmed before you were in the band.
Okay.
But
Then we probably shouldn't talk about it.
well, no, there's I want to shout out
This
like,
video sucks.
This video is the worst piece of shit I've ever
Don't-
seen.
Don't watch it.
Just stream the album, but don't look at the music video because it's just terrible. No, we shot this at this one dude, this one guy, Solomon G, I think is how you pronounce his last name.
I don't think it is.
You weren't fucking there.
I'm just saying it doesn't sound right.
It's GEE on Facebook, so I think that's it.
I doubt it. Talk about your shitty video. God.
Please keep this in. Please keep this in here.
I feel
Please
a little
keep this-
jealousy that he's not in the video.
Are we
but,
still talking about the fucking video?
Yeah, no, we are because I haven't said dick yet. Hold on. So our old drummer, one of his buddies, Solomon, came to film us, and then my buddy Caleb, that works at a dispensary near where I live, Sam's Paradise, shout out. They all came out with like their ring lights and like professional cameras and whatever. And we just shot it. We wanted to make it look like super DIY. Like, it was in a basement, but the basement that we were in, it was this guy's studio, not super far off from this.
It does
it
look
was
real DIY and shitty from what I've seen of it.
it's the worst piece of shit I've ever seen, but
You nailed it.
awful.
It looks very unprofessional.
But we went down there and he had like some fog machines and stuff, and so I thought that for kind of the chaos of the song you're about to hear,
Stop
with
burping so much.
bite me. Kind of the chaos of the video you're about to hear. We were filming in the basement. I thought it looked dope.
I thought it was a good video.
And
I've seen it already, even though we're about to play it. So the end was not in the basement, right? That was filmed somewhere else.
well, it was in a basement. The first place we shot at was in a basement, yeah. But the second place, my buddy Caleb, the one I mentioned earlier, FOB, he's a friend of the band. So what we did was, I have it's not a grand piano, but like a mid-size, like not
Baby grand.
something like that. It's in my parents' basement, so we moved it out from the wall. And we went to Walmart and bought like those little candles, whatever. You can buy like 100 of them for like $6.
No, what are you talking about?
Bite me. But
You mean birthday candles?
Explain the candles, please.
More like funeral candles.
Okay.
Because that's what we were going for.
I
It feels
gotcha.
like a funeral at the end of the song. That's what there's organ and shit.
Yeah.
But we bought some of those and we just lit them all up. And there's a fire alarm like right above where we were filming it. So we just did 2 takes and then blew them all out because we didn't want to, whatever. But
You mean you didn't want a fire alarm to go off in the middle of like a?
I didn't want to get
interview
sprinkled while
or
I was playing an
interview
acoustic
or-
guitar.
Our last interview, the fire alarm went off on us. It was kinda
Here,
cool.
it wasn't even. Yeah,
Yeah.
it did.
Yeah.
That video actually did pretty well online. We posted that as like a teaser, and we got like I got more views on that than I did some of our music videos because it's just funny.
That one did really, really well. The one with what's a fire starter? The one where you're burning the paper.
That's the Made It Out Alive music video. So that song's on this album, actually, Christopher. That song is on this album. It's called Made It Out Alive. It's an anti-suicide song. And if you need help or you know anybody that does need help, make sure to call the Suicide Prevention Hotline. Well, hey, guys, like we've been talking about several times through this interview, we have a brand new album coming out on October 11th. It's called Limerence, and our lead-off track is called Trouble. And we're going to be putting out a music video for it, but this has been pre-recorded, so you don't know about this yet. So here's the music video for our brand new lead-off single, Trouble.
Cameras on. The brace. 3, 2.
I hope you enjoyed that video. I enjoyed it. It was really good. Very well put together, and it was awesome, man.
Thank you for checking it out. I gotta give some credit, like I talked about. Caleb helped shoot it. There's a guy named Solomon that was friends with our old drummer, Solomon G. I think that's how you pronounce it. But Grunge Photos, I believe it's his username. He was there. My buddy Ben was there. He helped shoot some stuff, and then obviously, our former drummer and our former bassist also helped with it too.
I was
But
not there.
he was not there. We filmed this. I mean, it's September 8th today, and we filmed this like at
Yes.
end of. we filmed this end of May. Our former bassist Carlos, he did a really great job editing that video that you guys just saw, because what we did was we had like 4 people filming at once, and he just imported all of it into whatever the iMovie or something, and he worked his ass off editing this video, and I think it turned out great. So he's not in the band anymore, but I think his last act with Grounds Crew turned out pretty great, because I think this video looks great. I think this is my favorite song on the album. I think it's a great thesis for the whole record, because if you listen to what I'm saying lyrically, it really does kind of open. It's like in high school when you had to write a paper. In the first paragraph, you kind of sum up everything you're about to talk about. I think this song is a great track 1, and the videos. It's good we did the video for this, because there was a couple of weeks where we knew we were going to shoot a video, and we booked the date and we booked everybody, but we still didn't 100% know which song we were going to do, because there's another song on this record called Temporary, and then there's a song called Outsider. And it was between like those 3, and then we chose Trouble just because lyrically I think it sums up the album the most. But it could have been anyone, but I'm happy we did this one. And I think, we have probably 4 music videos now, maybe 5, and this is definitely my favorite one so far. And especially the fact that it was done in-house. Like I said, Carlos edited this. He took a shit ton of footage and just, went through all of it and edited it great. And I think it's a lot of quick cuts, and I really like that just because of the nature of the song. And I think it turned out awesome. So go check it out. It's coming out the same day as the album, and I don't know when this is coming out. It's probably after the album, but October 11th.
Cool.
Yeah. It's a long-winded answer.
It was long.
That's what she said.
So let's go back to your background, Kris. Why don't we talk about your solo stuff and some of your other lessons and stuff like that?
Yeah, I do a lot of solo stuff, probably mainly in my life. I travel all over the country performing solo acoustic. And when I'm home, I am teaching every day. I teach guitar, drums, bass, mandolin, and ukulele. So yeah, if anyone's interested in any kind of lessons like that, I'm your guy.
And I'll leave his email in the description below.
Check the link in bio.
Yeah, and I've been teaching for, I think, 15 years now. I graduated from the Atlanta Institute of Music in 2010, and I've been teaching ever since. And I love teaching. It's been a great journey getting to connect with people in such a way. It's been great.
And if you want to know more about him, go check out the interview I did with Kris. It was probably, 6 months ago or so.
Yeah,
Or
something like that.
Is that long ago? Shit.
Yeah, maybe so, I guess. And yeah,
Maybe
I have
not
a
that
website,
long.
kamusic.net. You can
I
find
think
all my stuff.
It was like just after the bad news, I think. Like it was a couple weeks later.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because you were at that show.
Yeah,
yes,
that's how
it was.
started. Yep.
It
Mhm.
was, yeah.
That's how it all kind of came about.
Speaking of bad news,
Yes, sir.
do you want to talk about bad news?
Well, Christopher, I think we might as well. So how did we first...
Well, first of all, I want to say I was so... I was like, oh crap, what's going on? What's the
Yeah,
bad
right.
What's the bad news? I'm like, oh shit.
Right. Because you thought Grounds Crew broke up, and because you were like, fuck, Chip has a new band?
And I was
What's
like,
going
I
on?
was like, Stacy, I have to go to their show because I got to see what this announcement
Right,
is.
right,
So I think it's like a whole announcement. Like he's going to give some bad news
Right.
and then he's like, no, the band's bad news. I'm like, oh.
I know that's the name of the group. No,
October 11th, I have AIDS.
because you weren't the only one. I had multiple people in my life text me like, "Hey, did Grounds Crew break up? Like, what's going on?" I'm like, no. This is a totally different thing. This is just another friend that I have. He has his own band that's very similar to ours, but we're going to do a one-off little like, well, at the time it wasn't meant to be one-off because we didn't know you were joining Grounds Crew at the time. Because we did this, that was like Christmas time. It was like December like 19th or something.
Something like that, yeah.
And it was just like, well, man, like we both know that we have all the same musical influences in mind, and that's how you write your stuff. That's how I write my stuff. So let's, you have your own band, I have my own band. Let's get together and let's do, because it was all covers. I mean, the
Right.
bad news was there was not an original song played by either of our
I
bands
think that
or
night you played a couple of yours or something, but other than that, it might have been one of yours.
I don't know. I might have done it. Because what we did, we had 7 songs, and we did 5 together, and then 2 where it was one of them was just him, and one of them was just me.
That's right.
So I might have done a Grounds Crew song for mine.
Yeah.
I don't really remember. I mean, it's been a while. It's been like 8 months. But the whole point was like, hey, we click musically. We're really good friends. We get along really well. So given the fact that we both have our own original bands, let's get together, do an acoustic thing of songs that neither of us get to usually play with our own bands. So shockingly, that turned into about 4 Alkaline Trio songs and a couple Green Day songs and a Blink song and whatever. But I mean, God, that was one of the most fun performances I've ever done, and it was just a little stripped down acoustic thing in a fucking bar.
Yeah.
And I mean, I had some close friends able to come out to that, and it was like 6 days before Christmas, and
Yeah, I had a real close friend show up to that and surprise me. It was really cool. Shout out to Aaron.
What's
my
up, Aaron?
homeboy. Yeah, it was really kind of cool. Like I remember like I was setting the guitars up or whatever, like tuning them or whatever, and he texted me, and that's just something like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Oh, I'm at this show, about to do this bad news thing, and he's like, "Oh, that's cool," or whatever. Then he told me to, like, turn around or something.
Because I'm over here.
Yeah, and I looked like he was.
That's
and he
dope.
was sitting in a booth like right next to where I was doing the guitars at. I was like, "Oh my god!" I was so happy to see him because, like, I mean, I was super excited to play the show, but like I knew that I was like kind of in your territory, which was awesome. Like, not a bad thing, but I knew that like a lot of your friends,
Since it's 2 miles from where I live.
right? Yeah, like I knew like all your friends were gonna be there, and I didn't think that I was gonna have anybody there for me.
Oh, I had like 10 people there that I knew. Because Suburban Tap, I mean, it's right down the street. Like,
Yeah.
He
And then-
does not
yeah.
live anywhere near where we are right now, and I live kind of close to him. It took me like 12 minutes to get to your house.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and I mean it was cool, of course, to play to your fans and play to a different audience, and I'm used to doing that. Like I said, I travel all over the country and play, but it was also just kind of special that one of my friends showed up for
That's
it. And I
awesome.
was just like, oh man, it meant a lot, so it was cool.
It's really cool to be, because like you never really know, because we're both posting a bunch of stuff on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok about, hey, I'm playing this night at this place, and you really never know who's going to show up. Like, I've had people that follow me online that I haven't seen in 7 years that just happen to be free on a Tuesday night when I'm playing at like Jimmy Max or Jimmy Max or whatever the case may be. And you really never know who. Dude, I had someone. I have a buddy that was my 7th grade science teacher, and like he's only a little bit older than me, but like he's come out to a couple shows, and like I've had an English teacher from high school, Mr. Newman. I know you're gonna see this. What's up, Ryan Newman? How you doing, buddy? But like you never know who the hell's gonna show up. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's true.
Because if they show up, it's for good reason. Like it's gonna be a positive interaction,
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
I mean, not always. Sometimes you have people show up.
I've
that
never
you
had anyone
don't
show up
want
like,
to
"Why are you
see.
sleeping with my girlfriend?" And you're like, "Whoa, bro, I'm just playing a song. Let's calm down for a minute here, huh?"
Right.
So both of you are very talented, and I think it's going to be a good combination. And you both are, songwriters. I
Thank
think
you,
that
sir.
Together, I think it's going to help out a lot because you can bounce ideas off each other and stuff like that. Am I not wrong?
No, absolutely, that's right. And so far, it's been that. We've been rehearsing for, I guess, roughly a month.
About a month, yeah.
Somewhere around there, and that's what's been happening. It's been really cool. Some new ideas, so there'll be some new twist on some old favorites, kind
Totally.
of thing. And it's been a lot of fun coming together in that way.
It's cool for me too because obviously, a lot of these songs are fucking brand new to you,
Yeah.
but some of them are 7 years old. So we started with some of the oldest songs that Grounds Crew's done, and I know 7 years isn't a long time, but I've played some of these 1,000,000 times, and you've played them 4 times,
Right.
you know? And so it's cool to hear. When we're discussing the songs, because we've been practicing now for about a month or so, like you said, but it's been like one rehearsal a week. We've been getting together on Tuesdays, and it's like, hey, let's learn these 3 songs for this week, and you got them. All right. So next week we're gonna do those same 3 songs, but here's 3 more. So now we're at 6, and then same thing. Now we're at 9, and I think 12.
That's really good
songs
math.
now. Numbers are hard, man. But you're at like 12 Ground Crew songs now, I think.
I think so, yeah.
And so what we're doing now is we're just repping the hell out of them because, we have a full set ready. And there's just something about, when he's learning the songs, I've told him multiple times, I just want you to know how we start it, know wherever the pauses are, know what the bridge is, and how we end it.
Yes, he's very mean.
No, just here's fuck you. As long as you know the main point in saying is, as long as you know the main points of the song, put your flavor on it.
Right.
So it's cool to hear, a new twist on songs that I've been performing with 3 different drummers for the last 7 years. And it's just like, he loves Alkaline Trio, he loves Blink, he loves Green Day. He gets the inspiration of what I'm trying to do. So it's like, hey, as long as you know vaguely the structure of the song and what I'm doing, put your own twist in it. And it's just been such a pleasure to see somebody else's take on songs that I've been playing for almost a decade now at this point.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. It's really refreshing. It's interesting because there's some ideas. Some of these songs I've demoed the drums myself. Because we both started out as drummers. I'm a drummer, you're a drummer. That song Trouble that we listened to with the music video, I actually recorded the drum track for that myself.
When you were playing live drums?
Yeah, I was playing live drums in the studio. I recorded the drums. And so, being able to connect with someone who also is that way too and hearing their take on some shit, there's stuff that you've been playing at practice that I've never thought of. And it's just, it works perfectly. So it's really cool to hear a new take on something that's old.
So if you play it live, would you play it how he played it, or would you play it how you want to play it?
A little bit of both, I think.
And that's the right answer.
Yeah, a little bit of both. I try to, stay as accurate as possible, of course, because, the structure of the song, but if I have an idea or if there's a little bend and twist here and there,
Sure.
As long as it works mathematically, then it seems to stick. Yeah.
You're really good at understanding the tone of a song, and so even if you're playing not what exactly is recorded, you get the vibe that we're going for.
Yeah,
and that's really the most important. Because if you can match, what I care about at the end of the day is the dynamics of a song, and if you're matching the dynamics, I don't really give a shit what you play. If you understand the tone of the song and that In My Back from our album Letters is not a heavy metal song and you're not playing double bass, it works.
yeah.
So there you go.
So back to the album. So what's one of your most important songs on the album that means a lot to you?
Well, thank you for asking, Christopher.
When I Come Around.
We believe it or not, we
not
didn't
Green
write
Day.
we didn't write that song.
Sorry.
We didn't write that song. If I wrote that song, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you.
I really thought we were Green Day.
Well, sorry,
so
buddy. I got
confused.
some really shitty news for you. No, but
mean,
the
it's
most, and you got to keep that in. That's funny.
Yeah.
Probably the most important one on there. I mean, Trouble, like I said, is the thesis for it. Just kind of, it sets the stage for everything that I say for the next, I don't know, 9 songs. But we actually, in my opinion, the most important song on this record is an acoustic song called Wanting More that we've actually already released as a standalone single, but we put it on the record because it felt like a good, I mean, it's track 10. It's a nice outro, you know. It's just piano and
About being horny.
it's just piano and acoustic guitar, and actually not this Kris and not this Kris, but another Kris, one of the original members of this band, Kris Kelly. Shout out Kris Kelly. He recorded the piano for it, and I think he did just a freaking awesome job. That song is an anti-suicide song, and the when we put it out as a single, I have a tattoo of a semicolon on my wrist, and that's actually the album artwork for it, because a semicolon for the whole mental health side of things and everything. Think about if you're writing a sentence, a semicolon. What does that mean? You can either stop and start from scratch, or you can start moving on from what you have.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's kind of symbolic for that, like don't give up sort of thing. So, you know, a lot of our fans that know that song know what it's about. It was originally, there was a full band version on our first record, but we did like a slowed down, prettier acoustic thing just because of the gravity of the meaning of that song. And, that's going to be track 10 on there. And for this tour that we're going to go on, that's going to be the last song that I play. And I'm going to come out with an acoustic guitar and play it. So,
I have a demon tattooed on my wrist because
well, nobody gives a
Death.
shit. Nobody gives a shit about that, Kris.
death. Next question.
Next question, sir. That was a good answer, I think.
Death.
Death.
How soon are you guys going to start playing?
So we are probably still a couple months away from that. I mean, with the album coming out and with the music video and everything, we have a solid bit of content, and there's some other stuff that we haven't hinted at yet, but we have some other shit in the tank too. But realistically, I think probably sometime the end of this year or the beginning of next year, which, I mean, you know, this band is always, just like other bands, gone through phases of, you know, we'll have a month where we have 6 shows, and then we'll go 2 months and nothing happens.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just kind of the nature of the beast. We're currently looking at kind of a record release show type of situation, but nothing's etched in stone. But the most important thing to me right now is just getting the record out, and the rest of it's going to settle itself, you know.
Do you know how to play bass, Kris?
Do you know how to play bass guitar?
Not good enough to be a part of your band.
Our songs are easy, bro. It's 3 chords, the truth, and that's it. You know, I mean, it's and then add a 4th note maybe for the bridge. And if you do that, if you can play a B sharp into G, it's probably gonna work out, I would say. And then
You'll
D
be
and
fine.
A.
Those are only 2
Yeah.
notes I don't know how to play.
If you know those 4 notes, you can play our whole first record. If you know B sharp, G, D, and A, you can play the majority of this band's catalog.
Yes.
Even though the first album's in half step, which not everybody knows. Our first album was in half step.
Half step down?
Half step down.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
what's
yeah.
that? D sharp.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or
Because
or
I was
E flat.
Or well, I'm gonna say D sharp because I'm one of the cool kids. But no, we were doing that because I still hadn't really learned how to sing, and I still arguably haven't learned how to sing. But
You'll get there one day, buddy.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying like hell.
I mean, there's a ton of bands that do that.
Yeah.
I mean, Dookie was in D sharp.
Neil Young.
Green Day. Dookie, When I Come Around, that's in D sharp.
Yeah.
And like Basket Case and She and shit, it's all in D sharp.
Also, Bob Dylan.
Who?
Didn't know how to sing.
Who the hell is that?
I thought we were talking about you don't know how to sing.
Who is that?
Bob Dylan.
I thought it was Bob Dylan.
It could be.
I've been saying it wrong all these years.
Yes.
You're probably right.
Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it.
So where can people find your music and social media and all that stuff?
Dollar General.
Actually, no. So we're recording this on September 8th, but the album comes out October 11th. Wherever you listen to music, Spotify, iTunes, MySpace Music, whatever. It's on YouTube too.
That'd be awesome.
But you can find us on Instagram. Go to our link tree. We're Grounds Crew Band, and then I'm on there as Chip Mataford GC. Christopher, what?
With a K.
What are you? Yeah, he's with the C. He's with a K. They're different. But I'm the only one here not named Kris. And sometimes when I tell people that my name's Chip and I say it too quick, they think I'm saying Kris. So what's happening, people?
Or Skip.
Oh, God. I worked at Dick's
My
Sporting
girlfriend always
Goods.
thinks that your name is Cliff. She was like,
Cliff,
did you
that's
jam
not-
with Cliff today?
Cliff? That's not even close, man.
It's pretty close.
Well, I worked at Dick's Sporting Goods down the street for a while, and the dude that was in the gun section was named Skip, and then there was a Kris in the footwear, and so it was Chip, Kris, and Skip, and we had these little the in-ear the walkie-talkie kind of things, and there's shitty audio.
No,
You can't
what
really
is
tell
that?
what they're saying. So Skip, Trip, and Chip sound the exact same, and it's like, who are you calling? And we all worked at the same time too. I swear to God, we all worked at the same time. It was like, I don't know who we're talking.
going.
I quit the job, dude. I went to Wendy's.
They're talking to Skip, so I'm still smoking on my break.
I'm still smoking on my break.
I thought you said Skip.
No, we said Trip, the guy that sells guns, which they don't even do anymore.
I was in the bathroom,
I was in the bathroom.
and I could have sworn you said Skip.
On my smoke break.
If I'm at work, I'm usually in the bathroom. There's a pretty good chance that I'm in the bathroom if
Yeah.
I'm on my break.
I'd like for you to pay me to pee.
What? What did you just say? What the fuck?
That one's definitely a keeper. Keep
This
that.
interview is going awry. I don't even know what we're talking about. Hey,
Yeah.
there's a new album at some point. Go get it. And
Yep.
even if you don't, tell your mom I say what's up. I mean, I don't know.
Well, I appreciate you guys coming out here. And
Well, thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. And anything else you want to talk about before we close it? And
October 11th, big day. Gonna be a good time.
yeah, hopefully.
I feel like you said October 11th a lot.
Well, it's almost like we're promoting the new album, Christopher.
Okay, that's right.
It's almost like we're promoting the new record.
Well, then that's fine, I
And
guess.
it'll be
October 11th. Hey, October what?
11th. But you might be watching this after the 11th.
Well, then go stream.
But-
Then go stream it now.
But you could be watching it before October 11th.
If it's October 12th, go stream it. What are you doing? It's only 10 songs. It doesn't take that long. It
How
really
long-
doesn't.
How long is the album? Come on.
10 songs for our type of music is probably 40 minutes. Probably a little less.
It's good. It's good.
I mean,
That's 4
keep.
minutes a song.
Well, no, the longest song on there is 4 minutes. The rest of them are 2.5, 3 minutes. So probably 35 to 40 minutes.
Yeah.
I would have to ask our former bassist because he would know. But I think it's probably around 35 to for 10 songs. 35 to 40 minutes is not very long. But I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't take that long to get what's in your
Is
heart
this
out.
the short, shitty songs for shitty people record?
That was the last record, Kris.
Oh.
That was shitty music for bad people,
Okay, fine.
which is arguably our best music. So that's weird. It's literally Apple Music would not let us put it out to say shitty on it. So you had to put an asterisk on the two T's.
Right.
Yeah, they wouldn't let us release it. And then we tried to do
This world is a bunch of pussies.
right. No, we tried to do a live album that our last bassist and I recorded together. It was just acoustic, no drums, whatever, just me on acoustic guitar, him on bass. And we tried to put it out as Grounds Crew Live. But since there was no crowd noise, Apple Music didn't accept it because they were like, this isn't a live track. There's no one going yeah, in the crowd or whatever. We recorded it at his apartment, whatever. And but they wouldn't let us release it as Grounds Crew Live because it was just
They
me.
knew that
It
you
was
were
me.
lying.
It was literally me and him and his dog on a Saturday.
You say you didn't hear the dog?
It's he was listening. He was riveted. He thought it was great. It was fucking crazy.
So did you add crowd noise?
No, we just took the live thing off and we just put it out as Grounds Crew acoustic. That was our COVID project.
Yeah.
We did like 2 songs. We did Enjoy Your Holiday and Put the Fire Out, 2 of our older songs, but we did them just acoustic, like in his apartment. And then our first drummer went back and put in kind of like a Franken kit drum track where he's playing like a cajon and like a tambourine and stuff. It sounded great. I think it sounds awesome, but it was very much a ramshackle affair. You know, in the fact that we did the drums last, like that never happens.
Right.
You do drums first, and then you do bass, and then you do guitar, and then I do the vocals. But yeah, it was cool.
Cool. Well, you guys want to say goodbye to your fans?
I don't want to say a damn word to them.
Okay.
Goodbye, fans.
Hey,
It's been
welcome
great.
Kris to Grounds Crew. This guy, we're gonna take over the world, man. And thank you for having us, for real.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure being in Grounds Crew, and it's a pleasure being here again. And thank you, everyone, for listening.
And hey, October 11th, wherever you listen to music, Limerence by Grounds Crew.
Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and smash that like button. And I hope you enjoyed that interview. And thanks for watching, and go straight home.
Picks and sticks, baby. There we go.